Hello everyone, Johnny Mind here, and today we are learning Japanese with Super Mario Advance 4, that is the Game Boy Advance version of Super Mario Bros. 3. Last time we checked out the staff credits, and after that we've started the e-reader levels, Word E+. And so today we'll continue with those levels. Okay, without further ado, let's start. Usual Super Mario Bros. 3. And yeah, so we've seen last time at the end we have this 38 next to it. Not sure what it means in this case, but we'll start it anyway. Yeah, I think I swapped back to Mario last time, and so we want to play as him. This is the last level we played last time. As a reminder, Buru is Judging Chuck's name, and we've seen them in that level. But yeah, now we can start with this one at the top of this new page. Kuru kuru me iro no o bake yashiki. First and foremost, we have Kuru Kuru, an onomatopoeia. I think we've actually seen it before, but I think in the Kirby's Adventure series, it's an onomatopoeia which means whirling, revolving, spinning, going round and round, and other extended meanings based on that, but yes, the concept is spinning around, and it should be accented just like most onomatopoeias on the first syllable. Yes, it is Kuru Kuru. And I mentioned that, I think I've already mentioned that we can also make the consonants, the K voiced, and so add the Dakuten and have so Guru Guru. And as usual, when it comes to onomatopoeias, when you make the consonants voiced at the Dakuten, it increases the intensity of it, and yeah, in this case it would be turning round and round in circles, and I may also accented on the first syllable, of course, but yeah, it's notable also because it's in the name of Japanese manga anime, Mahojin Guru Guru, Magical Circle Guru Guru. I think I've searched for it last time, but in English, but I'll quickly do so again. At the very least, it's like that. Let's quickly see. Yep. Remember correctly, so yeah. The English title is the literal translation of it's the Japanese name, so yes. Then we have Meiro. We check its accent, but it means maze. labyrinth. I'd say more like maze is the best translation, because there's another word for labyrinth that it's in Japanese. I think I mentioned it when we played the level that practically is a labyrinth in word 8 of this very game, when I spoke in Japanese. That word is meikyu, unaccented, by the way. But yeah, that's literally palace, where implied lost, quote-unquote lost palace, as in a palace where you get lost. While this one, meiro, by the way, accented on the first syllable, so be careful. And like, despite being a Chinese compounded, those we have seen more often than not are unaccented, but this one is accented. Has again mei, so long me, some still pronounce it as mei. But yeah, then it has ro, which is one of the kanji used for road, path, route, and so on. Then we have the possessive particle, no. And last but not least, we have obake yashiki. First and foremost, we have obake. We have definitely seen it before in this very series, in one of Peach's letters. She mentioned obake. By the way, the accent is actually on the ba, obake. Okay, obake. From the verb bakeru, accented, which means to take the form of, in reference, especially when we are talking about a spirit, and that's where then the meaning of obake comes from, but also yokai of various kinds, like tanuki, kitsune, so raccoon dogs, foxes, but they're considered yokai in Japanese folklore. To assume the shape of, to turn oneself into, to transform oneself into, and so on. It's a root verb, it's a verb, so we can drop the root to make the continuative form and so get the corresponding noun. On its own, it would be accented as per the rule on the final syllable ke, and means transforming oneself, taking on another form, disguising oneself. When we add the honorific prefix o, we make a different noun related. More often than not, nowadays used for it's the word used for ghost, but it also has the meanings goblin, monster, demon. But again, it's simply ghost, as we mentioned. Bakeru can be used when referring to spirits, and so yeah, that's why then we get obake, which means ghost. Then we have yashiki. We check its accent, but it means residence, estate, grounds, premises, mansion. is accented on the last syllable on its own, yashiki. By the way, of course, the E between in shi being between unvoiced consonants is barely heard, if at all, so yashiki. But yeah, then we get this compound noun, obake, plus yashiki. You might have already guessed it based on the meanings of the individual words. Yeah, it's the term for haunted house. As in also the attraction, of course. And so yeah, we have our translation. The haunted house of the, I'd say, spinning maze. And so we'll see how that is in practice now by playing it. Oh boy, and it has a lot of coins. Didn't check if it actually has also a coin, an E plus coin, since those are the ones I'd like to get the most. But yeah, it's straight up a ghost house, like those seen in Super Mario World. As I mentioned during this series, when we saw something like a level kind of like a ghost house, but yeah, they weren't in this game. This has been added, of course, as a e-reader plus level. But yeah, these are typical of, okay, we have to go up there, of Super Mario World. Super Mario World is the game that introduced actual ghost houses as levels in Mario games. I think I mentioned it yet again when it comes to... Oh boy, I failed there. When it comes to that infamous level we played in World 8, which was practically a maze. Yeah. Had it been for a viewer's guidance, we would have been stuck for a long time there. And it still took a decent amount of time anyway. Yeah, no, I'm going around in this case, but here is what I wanted. Let's try to make the jump perfect. At least to whatever we have to do with the key. Ah, yeah, we have these. Okay. I actually made a mistake there. Okay, let's see if I can get back into this door. Okay, let's see if we can access... Okay, you had time there to get into the door there. Hopefully this is what leads us to... Oh boy. If we missed it, yeah, there. Because we have seen here, since I didn't pay attention to it on the world map, yeah, we have an e-reader plus coin, so... Yeah. Oops. Yeah, too early. The mistake, I need the coins first and make the path. Okay, let's make it. By the way, I'm making the path by pressing the control stick to change the direction of that. yeah, in this case I didn't press the new button, so that's what got us. Let's try to do it. Then of course we have to find the exit, the actual exit. Oh boy. Yeah, this is our typical ghost house fare in these games. Okay, yeah, nothing else in this room. Oh, but okay, no. This time is because I pressed the button before it ran out, and so didn't know exactly when to press it again. Okay, yeah, we don't have much time left. Okay, let's see if I can get it this time. Okay, maybe we can salvage it. Yes, I got more coins here. Perfect. And yeah, this is how you get a Reader Plus coin. And yeah, you want to press the button there. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to leave. Okay, let's try to find out where the exit is. And now, here at the bottom is an advanced coin, which we quickly get, but yeah, unfortunately we don't have time left. So we'll have to replay it. Let's... yeah, of course, if I do that, definitely we won't be... Okay, let's see. Okay, here. Too bad. Potentially that's the exit. Time up, I think we've just seen. Yeah, we'll replay it. And yeah, we'll try to get the e-reader plus coin again, but yeah, the other the advanced coins, I don't care. If we can get them on the way, it's one thing, but yeah, the other ones, sorry, but I'm not interested. Let's this one. Yeah, we have that. Can get one here. Let's make the jump perfect. Okay. Well, we don't have the... So, I made a mistake there. We go back into the door. By not being big anymore, it's a problem. We have to be careful. Well, I could also do it this way. No, but this is risky because you risk doing that. So yeah, this time I'll try to do what I was doing. So this. And then we'll try to get a couple of coins. Perfect. And now we go inside. Let's wait for the P-switch to run out. Okay, now we'll press it again. Yeah, actually, I did the strategy of last time, the accidental last time, this time intentional. So yeah, we can get here and get the coin.
Thank you very much.
The leaf coin, which is quite appropriate considering what I mentioned about the word obake. The leaf which is used to turn into a tanuki. Okay, let's go down here this time. Don't remember which door I had to take to get down there now. Please move out of the way. Thank you. It's funny that the game that introduced Booze isn't the one that introduced the actual... Oh boy, yeah. Had to move that boo out of the way. Yeah, as I was saying, it's funny that the game that introduced Booze didn't also introduce actual ghost houses. And only in the following one. Okay, let's grab our key. Let's do the whole song and dance again. Okay, yeah, so you really have to go in this, simply in, not this one, but in the door to the right here, and then from there you can go practically everywhere you want. And not this one. This is the wrong one. The other side will quickly get this coin now, so we don't have to worry about it later. Let's make the jump first and foremost here. Let's do this again. Okay, perfect. And yeah, we'll try the strategy again. I'll still wait for the previous P-switch to run out, because I'm not risking that. Unfortunately, I got a coin down, the one in the middle at the bottom, and that's the one you really don't want to get because it's needed for the door. And this is wrong. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's try to get some. Perfect. The usual two. Okay, this time I'll actually pass it. And it should last enough. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's get our e-reader plus coin and be on our way. Okay, now we are here. Let's get this free coin. Okay, the second one. Then there's one at the bottom there. But of course, then I die again to the same boo. I really have to pay attention to that, even though it's not easy after doing all the previous step and having to focus on those. But we'll try. I don't remember if... yeah, apart from these... Okay, actually, let's do one thing. First and foremost, let's get this power up, since it's nice. Okay, this... actually goes back. I have a suspicion, and that it's that block in the middle. We'll see if my suspicion is correct. Might show that, well, of course I have played also previous other Mario games, but in particular that Mario World is the old Mario game, the classic Mario game that I've played and finished, because yeah, I'm used to this kind of stuff with the ghost houses in that game. Okay, let's get move the Boo out of the way there, but then we get hit, so unfortunately we have lost our mushroom. I'm kind of curious to see if the mushroom is back, if we go outside of back to the main room. We'll see. Yeah, first and foremost, let's focus on our e-reader plus coin. Of course, having played that game doesn't mean that I'll still remember all the tricks, all the secret exits, especially in ghost houses. Okay, yeah, too early. This time we are waiting the P-switch, too risky. I remember the ghost houses in that game, especially the secret exits. We'll see how we fare with that when the time comes. Also secret exits in general. Okay, this time I'm waiting. Sorry, but it's absolutely not worth risking again. Okay. Yeah, not too early. Let's see if I can still salvage it by doing this. Yes, I can. Perfect. So it's fundamental simply to keep the one in the middle. And of course, I've got rid of at least some on top. But yeah, we did it. Perfect. So let's see. Let's see, I got that before, this advanced coin. Unfortunately that Boo is, okay, this time it's not in the way there, perfect. I'm not sure, where did we go for, yeah, no, this is here in the middle. Don't remember which door we took to get under there. But first let's check that. And of course I fall into the pit. Okay, let's grab the mushroom again. This time I have to remember how to get into that door then.
Just what I needed.
Yeah, no, this simply looks back, but it's what we need at this time. Let's see. Okay, first and foremost, let's get the key. The door under it should be the one simply if you take the wrong one. That is this one, but we'll quickly check. Yes, it should be this one. So there's a door under there. Not here. I think maybe if you continue to the left, then yeah, I think that could be the answer without jumping. Yeah, first and foremost, of course, well, I can also get this coin already. But of course, if I actually do get it instead of doing what I just did. Okay, perfect. Let's make the jump, perfect. Okay. But yeah, as we have seen last time, there are elements from all the previous Mario games. I thought at first only the Super Mario Advance ones, but actually we've seen a poison mushroom even, so also Super Mario Bros. 2, the Lost Levels. As in. So, also previous Mario games in general, and of course the remakes of the Super Mario Bros. 1 levels in this game as the first e-reader cards. Okay. Please move out of the way. Perfect. Okay, this time... Maybe this? Yes, perfect. So we get this coin. We can take our Switch with us. Of course, we have then to actually press it. Okay. Yep, a vine as a suspect. So my suspicion was correct. Oops. Okay. I avoided a crisis there. Oh boy, we have that, but luckily we have the super leaf, and so we can get it. Okay, and we even have the Big Boo boss from Super Mario World. But of course, here it's actually more difficult since you can't throw. Unless you can, and I'm doing it wrong, but I don't think so. The blocks upward like in that game. Yeah, no, you can't. So yeah, it's more difficult. But we did it. Because luckily it's still an easy boss anyway. And yeah, so we have actually done that level. Got all the coins, but most importantly the e-reader +1. I can already mention that I'm pretty sure they don't unlock anything either. But of course the e-reader +1s are nice to have since they get they are decoration for the castle to the right. But yeah, let's switch to Luigi. And now we have another level. Yeah, we'll play at least one more level before our usual break. Not also two, depending on how long they are, but we'll see. First, this one is called Bomu he no Tai Gun. First and foremost, we have Bomu he, which is Bob-ombs' Japanese name from Bomu, which of course comes from English bomb. Notice that, of course, Japanese, also considering that it would be difficult anyway, even if it were pronounced that way. But yeah, it's faithful to the pronunciation, not how you write it. So, bomb in English without a B at the end, bomu in Japanese, and should be accented on the... Okay, it's not mentioned there on the internet dictionary, but actually, as we have seen before, the plugin. So I'll check out the physical one. Okay, got the physical dictionary. Let's see if we can find there the pronunciation, the accent of Bomu. Even though, if we can't find it here anyway, it's most likely accented just like in English, so on the bo. Bomb. Yeah, no, I can't see it, so we'll see most likely again on the po, the first syllable. Then we have he, so long hair for most nowadays, which means soldier. Well, technically it could be several things, but yeah, in this case it's soldier, I can tell you. It's the Chinese reading of its kanji. But yeah, so literally bomb soldier is the meaning of Bob-ombs' Japanese name. Then we have, of course, our usual possessive particle no, so off. And then we have taigun. Gun on its own means army. It's yet again the Chinese reading of its corresponding kanji. And it's accented, okay, on its on gu, of course, since it's gu, the accent can stay on the n, because the accent depends on the syllable, not on mores, on moras, more, however you want to call them. Mora, also known as beat in Japanese, as in haku should be. I'll quickly check. Yep, it's haku. Also, by the way, on its own accented on the ha. And yeah, it's simply an even shorter measure of an even shorter measure for words. In this case, it corresponds to usually a single kana symbol, except for the ones with the small ya, yu, yo, as those count together with the previous one, and also small a, i, u, e, o. But yeah, small tsu and n are individual moras, individual beats. And while it's important to keep this distinction between moras and syllables in mind, in the case of the accent, on where the accent stays, the syllable is more important. So yeah, like in this case, we have gun. The act is accented, and so the accent can only stay on the gu. Gun, gun. But yeah, army. And then we have this tai, which is actually another reading, another Chinese reading for the word, for the kanji, which means big. We have seen before that more often than not it's dai in compounds, and usually, yeah, more usually, more often than not, you'll find that. But tai also exists and can be used in some compounds like this one. So yeah, we have literally big army, and so large army. And by the way, it's a Chinese compound of two kanji, and yeah, as expected, it's unaccented, as most of those are. An exception, as we have seen, the meiro above. But yeah, so literally it's a large army of Bob-ombs. Oh boy. So yeah, let's try it. As Luigi. Not promising having the skeleton Okay, we have reactivated that. Which I don't... I think we have to collect 110 coins, maybe. Yeah, definitely goes... decreases when we collect coins. Maybe for an advanced coin. I'm not completely sure, honestly, I'm forgetting. Let's wait here. Okay, then I have to make the jump, but yeah, not like this. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, it's also an auto-scroller as usual. Ah, yeah, so it's actually, by the way, a block, since I had to hit it at the bottom to activate it. Could look like a coin, but it isn't. Thought so at first, at least. Okay, please don't go to that way. Okay, we barely got in time without getting squished there. Yeah, unfortunately, keeping our mushroom there, it's not easy. Yeah, we got our advanced coin there. If I recall correctly, we didn't see any there. Okay, now we are going down, inside. Okay, and then it starts again, of course. Okay, let's get our mushroom and then leave before the Bob-omb explodes. Then, of course, this one explodes instead. But yeah, okay. Let's be careful and proceed with caution. As soon as I say it, then I ignore my own advice, my own words of wisdom. Yeah. Tempted by the block, of course. Yeah, let's see. Let's hope this time it goes better. Well, of course, unless that throws a wrench practically off screen. Honestly, that's more on him than me. Part, of course, from me, not waiting. Oops. Sorry. Okay, sorry, I had a call. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this time let's... Okay, unfortunately we missed the mushroom, and so... yeah, there was no chance to continue there. So let's try it again, this time hopefully without interruptions. Okay. Okay. And of course, then he gets me again in the same way. Yeah. Oh boy, we are kind of... Well, not straight up low, but lower on lives because, of course, of all these deaths. Not that it particularly matters, I think. Okay, nope. Better way around, so... Yeah, no. I really have to get the mushroom. Otherwise... we are done, so... Okay. Let's get the coins. Okay, this time let's... perfect, we got rid of that. Let's make the jump perfect. And this time it's actually... Okay, I want to try... Yes, perfect, so we can keep the mushroom this time. Okay. Let's get our first advanced coin. We're getting closer to the entrance. Perfect. Okay. And we can continue. Let's get rid of that. Perfect, so we also have a leaf now. Of course, if we don't immediately lose it, more likely, yeah. More likely than not in that spot, but... oh well. Okay, let's wait this time. Okay, perfect. Let's get our coin. I wonder if you have to get all coins for that. That's the case. This block is... unfortunately, we won't get them all there. Because of that block. So this one. Okay, yeah. We're not getting that last coin there. But honestly, what I want to survive first and foremost and finish the level. Doesn't matter if we get all the advanced coins, as I suspect this counter is for one of those. Yeah, we lost at least 15 coins, maybe more from there. Wonder if you can actually... Okay, you can actually enter here. I wonder if we are getting something special. Okay, we got an advanced coin there, perfect. Let's get these coins. Boy, we're running out of time, but let's try it. So yeah, you actually have to enter that to get these blocks, other than of course the advanced coins, the coin there. Okay. Okay, now we actually are getting it here. I think if you took the other pipe, you would go there. Okay, so yeah, I actually have no idea what, since we got all the advanced coins, what the counter is for. But honestly, good that we got those. Hopefully it's not an E+ coin. Yeah, no, it isn't. Okay. We swap to Mario. But I'd say at this point we can take our usual break now. And when we're back, we continue with the levels. So, see you in around 5 minutes, as usual. Not like this, like this. And we are back. And now we can continue playing our levels. Either levels. Yeah, no idea what the counter was. Now let's play this level. On peut block de jump. First and foremost, we have on peut, which means musical note. It's yet again a Chinese compound. We'll check its accent in a second. Okay, yeah, unaccented as usual. On is the word, of course, in this case with its Chinese reading for sound, also noise. And so in this case also music as an abbreviation, even though because the word for music is ongaku. I think we have seen it before. Yeah, we have seen it, and I think it was accented on the first syllable. Yes, it is. So, an exception, despite being ongaku, yet again a Chinese compound of two kanji. So be careful. But yeah. Music. And then we have this pu, actually from fu. And then it becomes pu because of the previous n. And by the way, that n, because of the following pu, is pronounced as m, so ompu, unless you pronounce it separately, and then it's o, n, pu. But yeah, as a whole, when you pronounce it, ompu. But yeah, the fu has several meanings, but the one that interests us is a sign, mark, and so yeah, it's actually used also in the meaning of note, and so musical note. So yeah, musical note, note symbol. Then we have buroku, of course from English block, should be accented on the same syllable, but we'll check. And by the way, I was sure that we have seen ongaku before because of in our previous series, Kirby's Adventure, at the very end. And yeah, buroku is accented on the ro, just like in English, block, buroku. Of course, first and foremost, Japanese doesn't have the sound L, and so it becomes R. R, of course, not just like English R, but more like R in Spanish, for example, when a single one, and also actually T and D when in the middle of vowels in English, letter. But yeah. And then, of course, there's also the small tsu doubling the following consonant, most likely influenced by the block being written as CK. But yeah, we have so it's the literally musical note blocks, so the note blocks. Oh boy, my enemies as we have seen before, fully will be fine. Then we have the particle the. In this case, it indicates the means, so with not blocks, and then last but not least, of course, jump. By the way, notice also here pu when pronouncing them distinctly, but of course the n before the pu becomes m. So just like in English, jump, jumpu. Of course, then we also have to add the because Japanese doesn't have p on its own. Jampu, we have seen it before, but it should be accented on the ja, and it is on the first syllable, just like in English. So yeah, the translation, and then of course we also have an exclamation mark. This translation is jump with the not blocks. Oh boy, let's hope it goes well. Good thing we have a leaf, so that should help. Okay, at the very least it's not an auto-scroller, so that's promising. Oh boy, I think this pipe could lead us. Yeah. Okay, I actually thought that we would fall down. So no, it's actually... Funny enough, it's much better than I thought it would be. Of course, then we still have to be careful about stuff like that. And as you can see, it's one of those levels that loop around from left to right. So yeah, we have to be careful about these. I wasn't, but luckily there was a leaf there. Well, that leaf will most certainly save our life, but yeah, not strictly speaking, not the same thing. Okay, we have to make the jump and loop around. Luckily easy with the leaf, otherwise I'm not sure I would have been able to. Okay, and we only have 3 coins, so we got the first one. Hopefully it isn't actually too long. Let's get rid of the fire jump, please. Although I bet it will be back, yeah. Definitely by leaving the screen there. But yeah, as we have seen, they unfortunately spawn way too quickly. In that infamous auto-scroller we have seen. Okay, let's make the jump. Nope. Let's try to get that 10th coin if possible, but easier said than done. Yeah, now I think I won't be able to get it without a leaf. Yeah, we have seen the fire jump in that auto-scroller. I think it was in World 5. Yeah, not the best. Yeah, no, I'm not going for the coin without the leaf. If I still had it, I would have tried it, but yeah, no. Not like this. Okay, let's try to get a star here. Okay, no. We saw few room. Yeah, wasn't able to. But yeah, let's swap to Luigi. Okay, and now we have this level, which is called Gold Rush. So yeah, you can easily guess it's from English Gold Rush. We'll check the accent of the individual words if I can find them. My guess would be in this case simply accented just like in English, but you never know, as we have seen some words actually unaccented. So yeah, Gorudo, accented on the first syllable. Let's see if we can find also Rashu. notice also the double consonant in Japanese. And yeah, luckily it's actually just like in English on the first syllable, rashu. So yeah, Gold Rush. Interesting enough, we have an Reader Plus coin in this level, so let's try to find that at the very least. Interesting that it was technically... Not sure why it had the icon of a fortress, even though we are outside. Unless we go inside soon enough. Okay, no, we actually have this. Sorry about traffic. Can't do much about that, unfortunately. Okay, so we actually have to go down here. Here. Ah, okay, I can see why it say the Gold Rush. In Rush, of course, gold because of the coins, and Rush because we will have to rush now. Oh boy. Okay, there's another one. Okay. Simple enough, but let's go up. Since we still have that active, luckily. And so we can actually get another trans coin here. Well, as soon as I don't fall. But luckily it doesn't matter. Apart from, of course, losing some time, but... And it actually continues up. Okay, we have a lot of coins. We gladly take them. Okay, we can actually continue up. We'll do so in a second. I'd like to get these last coins. So yeah, Gold Rush also in this sense, of course. Quite a lot of gold here. Okay, we can go up here simply for the 4th advanced coin, but we take it. So now we have to go back down. And I bet there will be another actual rush in the sense, of course, of... well, we'll see actually, because we are taking this pipe. Another pipe. Okay, didn't expect that immediately. Yeah, okay, now there is this again. Let's quickly do it. If we don't make it, we are done, of course. Okay. Okay, the reader coin is there. How can I get it? Yeah, definitely not that way, but might quickly check out because honestly I have no idea how to get it there. Let's see. Hope that, okay, so okay, fine. Let's see if okay, know that the pipe of course goes outside and then you'll be done. I'll quickly try to check and search it for it. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry, but honestly, I'm curious, and if it's doable, I'd actually would like to get at least that. Okay, let's check out this walkthrough here. Let's try to search. Okay, coin. Ah, okay, I got it. Yeah, I could have guessed it, but honestly, it's not as easy. Remember the vegetable? Yeah, we have to use that. Okay, let's give it a try. Sorry, but yeah. Honestly, this was quite tricky. Could have guessed it on my own, technically, yes, we had the clue. But yeah, it's not as easy to do so. Never mind this step here. But, okay, let's go down this time. Ignore. Let's get the coin. At this point, I'd like to get also all the advanced coins if possible. It should be possible, actually. Yeah, no, not that way. Okay, I'll actually die, but yeah, you have to take this, run, keep it, and then run here, yeah. With also that room in the middle. If it were at the start here, it would be easier to guess, but yeah, quite tricky. But yeah, this time I have to actually press the B switch. Good thing I found it on our first try. To get to the special... have more time and access the pipe. Yeah, we have to hit this. Honestly, it's nice to have more time in general. Do not risk it there. But yeah, we need it for this. Okay. The good news is that we can get all these coins again. And so we're definitely getting a life. So apart from the one I lost for no reason against that Koopa, we're at least getting our life back from when we lost it the first time. Okay, I have to be careful. Luigi and these slippery shoes. Okay, let's get all these coins. Perfect. Let's get these. Perfect. Let's make the jump. Let's go up. Okay. Now, let's go down. Down the pipe, the other one, of course. Because this one now is blocked, of course. Let's grab our vegetable and keep it. We'll also have to keep in mind its trajectory. Yeah, first and foremost, we have to make it again. So let's do it. Okay, perfect that we made it there. And like this. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
And funny enough, it's the star one, which makes sense considering that you are timed just like the stars are timed. Not sure if it's just a coincidence, but if it's intentional, clever. If not, pretty funny coincidence. Yeah, let's get... Okay, we have these up here. Okay, perfect. Also a life. So we got back the one we lost against the Koopa. Even though we shouldn't have done so. Okay, I'm going back here because, yeah, we have the last advance coin here, as I've seen in the map. Because I checked the map first and foremost, and then only after I checked a walkthrough, because I couldn't find out how to get the Iridium Plus coin. Okay, let's try to get a fire flower, nice. The flip is even funnier with Luigi's ball. And yeah. Okay, with that. But I think it could be actually because of the advanced coins. I think we got... there were 5 in that level, I'm pretty sure. So we got... we're at 29, maybe it was 30. But yeah, considering that, we'll check out the Toad House first and foremost. Okay, it's actually a minigame, good thing we checked. Oh boy, I wonder if we actually need to unlock... well, we'll simply stick to the plan of getting the advanced coins that we can get. Anyway, but now we have these, so we'll check it. First we have Hotte, which comes like the verb at the immediately after, even though it's a compound, of course, in that case, horimakure, from the verb horu, which means to dig. A coincidence, of course, but it can be used as a mnemonic that horu in modern Japanese kind of sounds like horu. Of course, in Japanese it would be with a long o, which means hole. So to dig a hole. But yeah, it's actually just a coincidence, since originally it would be po, as mentioned before, because of the hagyo was actually in p. But yeah, horu. Let's check the accent. To dig, accented. Okay. To dig, to excavate, to hollow. Other extended meanings. And it's worth mentioning that there's also another horu with a different kanji, which means to carve, to engrave, to sculpt, to chisel. Also by extension to tattoo. Here it says usually, okay, simply as horu. Because technically there is also another pronunciation, but horu is the usual one for that verb. But yeah, most likely, horu to dig, then by extension, horu to carve, to engrave, to sculpt, to chisel, because of course you actually dig when you sculpt. But yeah, we have to make the first and foremost the form. It's a U verb, Godan verb, so we have to follow the rules. It's in Ru, so it becomes double consonant te. Of course, again, because most likely it was ri at first, then the E fell, and so hor te, difficult to pronounce, becomes double consonant instead. Hotte, hotte. And then we have to change it. We change the U into I to make the continuative form. For the other one, in this case, to make a compound verb, horimakure. The second verb is makuru. Actually, can find the compound itself, but it makes sense since it's not a compound you'd usually find as is, it's simply that makuru is used as the second part of compound verbs to add a certain meaning, which we'll see in a second. First and foremost, let's check makuru on its own, also its accent. Well, its meaning on its own is to turn up and also to roll up, for example, sleeves. And so, by extension, it becomes to do over and over again, to do relentlessly, to do with reckless abandon, to do continuously. Because, of course, most likely by extension from its meaning to turn up, to roll up, so something rolling up, figuratively, of an action, doing it over and over again. And yeah, we have unfortunately I can't find the accent of the compound. Makuru is unaccented, but unfortunately we are not completely sure if the compound is also unaccented or is accented, because we have seen it's not always the same. But yeah, then of course makuru is a u verb godan verb, so we can change the u into e to make the imperative form. So, and by the way, above we made the te form. In this case, as you can see, then it ends there. There isn't anything following it because it's actually implied a kudasai, and so the polite imperative form of the verb. It's an abbreviation. So dig, relentlessly, and then we have ikkai sanju coin hitsuyo desu. First and foremost, we have ikkai. Of course, as usual, it's, as you can guess by the number and then a following word, it's our usual numeral plus counter combination. We have actually seen it before, I'm pretty sure. It's in this case it's accented on the kai, on the ka, so kai. But yeah, kai on its own would mean it's the counter for occurrences, so one time, and so once. Then we have, of course, sanju, 30. To make the number 30 and similar 10, 20, 30 and so on, you put you simply put it's only made you can only make them with Chinese numerals, and you simply use the word ju, which I think we have actually seen before, yeah, because of the famous Juji, I think during the Legend of Zelda series, of the cross shape, literally the character of Ju, because Ju is shaped like a cross, and we have also studied the character for Ju, I think, for 10. But anyway, you use the character for 10, Ju, and simply put before it the numbers from 1 to 9, to then make 1, 1, 10, so 10, 2 tens, so 20, 3 tens, 30, and so on. then to make the numbers, for example, from, in this case, we could make 31 simply by adding 1, the number for 1, of course, still in Chinese, the Chinese readings, after 30. So, 31. Unfortunately, the accents are kind of complex of these, so we won't focus on them. Now, I could try to search at least the one for Sanju, since we have it here. I'll see if it's if I can find it on its own in this dictionary. Otherwise, I would have to take the other one. Okay, Sanju on its own is accented on the sa, so on the first syllable, luckily, so Sanju. And yeah, then we are not going further into the rabbit hole of the accent of numbers. But yeah, at least I taught you how to make the numbers themselves in Japanese. And so with this we can make them in Chinese numerals. The strictly Japanese ones, as we have seen, go from 1 to 9. Technically there's one for 10, but it's not as used. But yeah, we have the ones in Chinese numerals. We have those from 1 to 9. Not sure if we've already seen them all, but we'll see them again if needed when they come up again. Then we have Ju for 10, and we have seen how to make those from 11 to 19, for example, 20, 30, 40, and so on. And of course, then again, also those from 21 to 29, and continuing like that up to 99. Above, you'd need the word for 100. Not sure if we have seen it before, but yeah, we'll stop here for now with the numbers. Then of course we have coin, the English word for coin. We check the accent, but it should be on just like in English. Yes, it is coin on the first syllable. And then we have hitsuyo, a Chinese compound, which means it's an adjective, but technically also a noun. The noun would be necessity, need, requirement. As an adjective, and so a na adjective, it becomes, of course, because of those meanings of the noun, necessary, needed, essential, indispensable. But yeah, the fundamental meaning is necessity, need, and so necessary, needed. It's a Chinese compound, so it should be, yeah, and it is unaccented. Hitsuyo. Being an adjective, to use it at the end of a sentence, and so as the main adjective in this case, we have to add the copula. Technically, you could simply imply it, but yeah, the rule would be that you need the copula. In this case, des, and so the polite one. So yeah, technically Todd, as expected, speaks in te nego, in the polite language, polite register. But he has a moment where he uses the plain one for horimakure. I'd say because of the intensity of the expression. But yeah, so the full translation is dig, dig, dig relentlessly once, for implied once, I'd say better one try in English. 30 coins are needed. And so yeah, you actually need the 30 coins to try it. So if we press B, we can actually leave. But we'll try it once, of course. Wanted to check if you could leave without spending the coins. Of course you can, but you never know. Ah, okay, you spend those ones, the ones in between. Okay, and we actually got it. We got a leaf, nice. Okay, and good thing we did, because we then have this additional dialogue. Mo ikkai asobimasu ka? First and foremost, we have mo. We've seen it before, means already. Yet. But also by now, now. And of course then, with a negative verb, we'd have the negative meanings, by extension from already. By now, it becomes not anymore, not any longer. Then we also have other meanings, which are soon, shortly, before long, presently, of course by extension from by now, now. From, as we have seen in the negative, not anymore, it also has the meanings further, more, again, another, the other. And so it's actually the meaning we need here. Again. Or even better, once more, because we then have, of course, ikkai. And by the way, it's also technically used as an interjection, but like geez, gee, boy, come on, seriously. And yeah, it strengthens, as it says in the dictionary, expression of an emotion, often exasperation. But yeah, no, in this case it's our regular mo. Most likely the exclamation from the meaning again. But yeah, in our case it's once more. And then we have the verb asobimasu from asobu. We've seen it before, I'm not sure if in this series or a previous one. It means to play games, sports. By extension also to enjoy oneself, to have a good time. Other extended meanings, but we'll ignore them. Fundamental one is to play. And yes, it's an accented. In this case, it's a u verb godan verb, so we can change the u into it to make the continuative form. In this case, to add the auxiliary verb mas to make the polite form of the verb. In this case, with mas, the present affirmative. And last but not least, we have ka, the final sentence interrogative particle, and so to make the phrase a question. We can also see the interrogative, the question mark, but again, it's not strictly needed in Japanese. Ka is what's on its own would be enough. And then, of course, we have the choices. High accent on the first syllable, the fundamental way to say yes, and yeah, accented on the last syllable, the fundamental way to say no. There are several other ones, but these are the fundamental ones. We could technically play again, but let's say we can say no, and yeah, simply we leave. I think it would then cycle, even if we paid more. Okay. With all that, we played as Luigi. Yeah, we played as Luigi the previous level, of course. We swapped to Mario. And we should have time for at the very least one more level, maybe even more if we can do well, but we'll see. Well, of course, we also have its title first and foremost. Pakkun Flawa ga iっぱい. First, we have Pakkun Flower, which is the Japanese name for piranha plants. From Pakkun, an onomatopoeia. Technically, in the dictionary, it says as Pakkun cho. Which means to eating in one bite. Unfortunately, can't find the accent here, but we'll check. Yeah, let's see if I can find it in the physical dictionary. Pakkun, though I have doubts. But at the same time, sometimes we have found some accents missing from the plugin, the online one, the physical one. Pakkun. Yeah, no, it only finds it isn't there. Okay. My guess would be on the pa, but of course it technically could be elsewhere, considering the Pakkun cho could technically be a compound. But yeah, then of course we have Furawa, from English flower. We checked its accent, but it should be on Ra. Yeah, as expected on Ra, so like in English, flower. Furawa. So literally, piranha plant's Japanese name is flower that implied it's in one bite. Makes sense. Then we have the subject particle ga. And last but not least, we have ippai. Ippai, which is technically, well, there are more, but this one is definitely from that. Originally, it would be a numeral plus counter combination. It with the doubling of the following consonant from ichi or itsu, its alternative reading. Yet again, it's the number 1, just like in ikkai. And then we have pai. Actually, high would be, but it becomes pa because of the preceding doubling of the consonant. or I should say it's actually it stays pa, because as a reminder, yet again, the ha, hi, hu, he, ho originally were pa, pi, pu, pe, po, and only later with the evolution of the Japanese language became ha, hi, hu, he, ho, and at the start of a syllable of a word, in the middle of a word, between vowels, they became wa, wi, wu, we, wo, wu, of course, simply u. The other ones then, apart from wa, seen also in the topic particle wa written as ha because of that. We, we, wo then lost the w sound because of further evolution. So technically, it actually is the original form of pi. But yeah, no, in modern Japanese, on its own, the kanji would be hai, which is the counter for well, on its own could also mean sake cup. Sake, technically the specific Japanese liquor, but actually more often than not, by extension, simply alcoholic beverage. So cup for alcoholic beverages. But yeah, then because of that becomes the counter for cupfuls, bowlfuls, also spoonfuls. But yeah, the fundamental meaning is the counter for cups. By extension, also glasses of something. But as we have seen, also bowls, because as a reminder, more often than not, cups are actually small bowls in Japan. But yeah, so ippai is one cup of, one glass of, potentially also one bowl of, a cup full, a glass full, a bowl full, technically also a spoonful. And by the way, is accented on the I, on the first syllable. And yeah, that's the most typical spot for the accent of numeral counter combinations. It's on the last syllable of the number. In this case, of course, since it's a doubling of the consonant, of the following consonant, it actually goes on the previous vowel, so on the I in this case. So you might say, what do have cups to do with piranha plants? Because one cup, ippai, by extension becomes full, because of course, in the sense also filled with, brimming with, most likely because of a full cup, a cup fully filled. But yeah, it becomes simply full, filled, brimming with, crowded, packed. Yeah, the fundamental meaning is full when used not strictly as a counter. I was wondering if actually the accent changes, because I'll quickly check in the physical dictionary. Okay, yeah, and as I actually remembered, when used as the ippai, as the counter is accented on the first syllable, as I mentioned. When used in the meaning, the extended meaning full, filled with, brimming with, and so on, it actually becomes unaccented, so be careful, but it's actually useful to distinguish between the two meanings. It's an adjective, and so it can also be used, well, technically, even without adding ni, even though that's how you would usually make the adverb for adjectives. This one can be used also as is, as an adverb, of course, which means fully, to capacity, to the maximum, as much as possible. Simply, a lot, much, many. And yeah, then other, technically also as a suffix, all of, the entire, if there's a noun before it. But yeah. So the fundamental meanings, when accented on the first syllable, its original meaning, numeral plus counter, 1 cup of, 1 glass of, 1 bowl of. Also, of course, 1 drink by extension of alcohol, usually. By extension, it becomes, but the accent changes and it becomes unaccented, it becomes full. The adjective can be used also as an adverb, fully, and so on. Yeah. So yeah, here it says full of. Unfortunately, we have to adapt it in translation. Here it's technically simply the subject. The piranha plants, the packun flowers, it's full of them, implied. Yeah, full of piranha plant flowers. Oh boy, so let's give it a try. Okay. Yeah, good thing we can get these. Oh boy, yet another level like this. Oh, sorry, but since we don't have much time, and honestly, I lost it by hesitation more than anything else, so this time, sorry, but I am rewinding. Okay, let's this. It really is full of piranha plants. Yeah, we could technically go for the coin, but yeah, no. As you can see, I tried it, but yeah, it would have maybe by jumping back down, but yeah, no, we're not actually doing all that. To be careful here. Let's wait. Make the jump. Okay, we have this block with a roulette of items, so let's try to get a good one. Okay, a star. Honestly, in this case, it's actually nice. So yeah, unfortunately we got that coin. Yeah, we would need, I'd say, a leaf there. Sorry, not resetting just because, not replaying the level just because of that. Yeah, unfortunately we got a star for the panel. As I was simply explaining what was happening, and then of course the piranha plant shot a fireball. But yeah, I'd say let's quickly check Yeah, no. I think that's, well... let's actually try that level. Hopefully we can make it in time. This one, it says, its title is Fire Bar o Kuguri Nukero. First and foremost, we have, of course, Fire Bar. Quickly check the accent, but... Fire, I think we have seen it because of the previous series, and yeah, it's accented on the Fa. Ba should be on the Ba, accented, yes it is. Then we have the object particle O. And then we have a compound verb. Kuguri nukeru. From kuguru, which on its own means it's accented, means to go under, to pass under, also by to go through, to pass through. Also to dive into or under the water. Other extended meanings, but yeah, the fundamental one is to go under, to pass under. Then we can change the, it's a U verb, Godan verb, so we can change the U into I to make the continuity form, and so then attach the second verb part of the compound. Nukeru, we check its accent. Okay, actually unaccented, nukeru. Which on its own would mean to come out, to fall out, to be omitted, to be missing, to escape, to come loose. So yeah, to come out or to come loose, to fall out, of course. Technically several extended meanings. But one of the meanings, it's actually, again, to go through, to pass through. And so yeah, we simply actually have two verbs that have the meaning to go through, to pass through, and so when combined, it specifies that it's that meaning of kuguru and of nukeru that we mean, so to go through, to pass through, but also on extended meanings, but we ignore them. And by the way, it's accented, and so on the compound, so be careful because it changes compared to the accent of nukeru, and that's why unfortunately it's not easy to guess, like in the previous one with horimakuru. So yeah, to go through, well, of course then it's a ru verb, it's done verb, so we can change the u into o to make the imperative form in plain speech. And so yeah, the translation becomes go through the 5 bars. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, we even have those enemies which are from Super Mario World. And also these, the small thwomps, I think they're called twimps English. Not sure in how they're called in Japanese. Okay, let's wait to make the jump. Oh boy, and there we have our first bar. Incredibly, I got the coin without losing our power up. Nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, nothing also here, but then of course I lost the power up.
Mamma mia.
Okay, I'll try it again. But if we get too close to when I should end the stream, I might rewind, but let's give it one more try at least, like this. Also considering that it's actually relatively easy, at least up to that part. As long as you are careful enough. Okay, let's wait there. Okay, let's see if I can get the timing for this yet again. Yeah, no, this time I lost it, unfortunately. And oh boy, doing that part without the power up won't be easy. Yeah, at first we could stay down, but then we have to... Sorry, but here I simply rewind since we didn't even give a shot to that. Simply. Okay, let's try this. Okay, funny enough, by being small, we made it. Okay, let's... Okay, by being small, we actually are safe from the fire bar, funny enough. Okay. Let's get a power up here. Okay. Let's make the jump here, go up. Okay, I think here we should be... Ah, okay, we have to activate this, okay. Now I see. The boo is quite annoying there. Oh boy, it's the power up. Can I get the coin? Let's give it one more try here. Okay, it's doable. Sorry, but not... Honestly, when needed, I don't care. Okay. If needed, I won't hesitate to rewind. Okay, we also have a boom boom fight. Oh boy, two of them. Wonder how. Okay, no. Didn't think it was possible to die in between them like that. Yeah, no, where? I rewind to the... Let's try to make it at least by rewinding at the start of the fight. Not in between hits if possible. But yeah, sorry, but... oh boy, yeah, there's even a flying one. So let's... while it's available, let's rewind to the start. Just to make it more challenging, but yeah. Sorry, but we literally don't have the time to replay the level now. Don't want to disturb my neighbors just because of that. If we had a writing to read, that we had to finish to read and translate and so on, it's one thing, but yeah, not because of this. I'm not above also rewinding in between hits if necessary, but we'll try to avoid it. do it like this. Yeah, the 2 boom booms at this. 1 boom boom is fine, but yeah, 2 boom booms and especially a flying one in this after the first hit is quite annoying. Yeah, we got that one, but then of course there was the other one. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's get rid of this one. Perfect. Oh boy. Unfortunately they got us there. Yeah, let's give it one more try from the start. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, actually we got rid of the first boom boom. The second one we got it while it was flying. Too bad. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm getting closer. Next time, I think I'll simply rewind between, well, not this time, but since we had barely started it.
Mamma mia!
Here we didn't even get, oops, the hit. Yeah, let's try it again. Of course, even with double boom booms, if we had the power-ups, it would be easy. But yeah, we did it at least by not rewinding in between hits, only always to the start of the fight, and we did it. And yeah, actually it's perfect, since it's the perfect time for us to stop. Of course, first and foremost, we'll save. We've already seen the menu last time. And yeah, it keeps on saying 38, so I wonder if it's simply the number of courses included. Could be. Yeah, quickly open it just to check. And yeah, we did it up to there.
Mario!
Actually switch to Mario, save again. So we have Mario ready next time. And with that, we have played more e-reader levels. Next time, we'll continue those. Considering how many we played this time, I doubt we'll finish them next time. But of course, then we'll continue doing so until we have played them all. Hopefully, we can get at the very least all the e-reader coins. And potentially the advanced ones could be more useful because of the Toad houses and the mini games potentially, and so dialogue. But I might investigate it, but yeah, I don't guarantee we'll go for all the advanced coins, honestly, either way. But yeah, it should be on Friday next time, unless plans change. And okay, see you next time.